Nice question here. What is public key cryptography? So public key cryptography was invented in the early 1970s, and it allows two parties who have never met before to exchange secrets. It's a kind of weird type of encryption. If you think of normal encryption, you have Alice, she sends a message to Bob, but Alice in normal encryption has the same key as Bob. But in public key cryptography, we can send a message from Alice to Bob where Alice doesn't even know what the decryption key is. All she knows is how to encrypt something. So imagine the simplest application is, imagine you're on your browser, you want to send your credit card details to a website. You've never been to the site, you've never been to the website before, but you're able to encrypt the message from you to the website such that the website can decrypt it. And that in essence is public key cryptography, which essentially makes the internet work. Someone's asked about quantum cryptography, which is a technique which is not really cryptography. It's a misnomer for something that's actually called quantum key distribution, which is a method to use quantum physics to distribute keys. Now, this is absolutely amazing research in physics, but its implications for security, as the general public know, or as computer systems use, is not really going to be that widespread, because in the real world, you need cryptography that works over distances with respect to people who have never communicated, whereas quantum key distribution works on dedicated wires, dedicated fiber optic cables. So it really is a form of cryptography only to be used between people who already trust each other enough to lay a cable. So people ask, how has cryptography changed over the last 5-10 years? Well, it's become more ubiquitous. 10 years ago, everyone was suddenly just getting smartphones. Now everyone has a smartphone. Everyone uses cryptography all the time. We now have well over 2 billion chip and PIN cards deployed across the planet. All of them use cryptography to secure the data. Every time you pay for something with your Visa or your MasterCard, you're using cryptography. Every time you use your phone, you're using cryptography. So everybody's using cryptography all the time. And now what we're seeing with the advent of large data mining of social networks and the other data that the big internet companies are providing, there's more, or big internet companies are hoovering up. We're finding more and more people worried about privacy concerns, and cryptography is becoming more and more used to protect people's data. So we've seen lots of breaches of companies, and companies are now being fined unless they take cryptography on board and encrypt their data such that it doesn't get into the hands of criminals.